We now return to Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong. Up we go. Stairs down. Open the door. Alright. This just leads to a dead end, apparently. Well, wait a minute. No, it doesn't. We can go this way. To the rooftops from here we can go. But there looked like there was some stuff over here, so let's go that way first. Don't want to miss out on a thing. SimSense vending machine. The SimSense machine has been left unlocked for restocking. There's a packaged data chip still in the tray. Steal it. And the bathrooms. Nothing good in the bathrooms. Looks like that's the way to go. Shall not be going that way just yet. These doors are all locked. What do we get by going to the rooftops? Let's wander up there and see. Those guards are still out there, Monk. The same guards that Kindly doesn't want us killing. We should probably go out the way we came in. Oh. This is the other way. Okay. Pick up. Pick up. What do we have here? 63 new yen. Door panel. The door has been sealed with the factory fresh mag lock. The high-sec keypad has been set into the frame. Enter a key code. 7881. The door unlocked. Great. Now, look who it is. A large man in his 50s stands waiting, his heavily tattooed arms held in a fighter's stance. His bone structure is heavy, corded muscle stands out on his arms and chest. In his youth, he must have been enormous. He doesn't talk so much as emit a low rumble. I don't know how you got in here, but you've got my attention. Good, I have a message from Kindly Cheng. A message from Cheng? Can't wait to hear you mangle it. He chuckles to himself. You speak Cantonese so well, but before I hear it, I have a little message for her, too. You tell Kindly Cheng that her operations are done in the walled city. Strangler Bao has given himself a promotion, and tell her that if she sends any more errand boys to visit him with another message, Strangler Bao is going to send him back in a box. You think you can tell her that, errand boy? Should I write it down for you in English? Hold out the data stick. Just slot the stick, listen to the message, and I'll be gone, okay? I don't get to hear you butcher the message. I'm sad. He grabs the small plastic drive from your hand, slots it into his trid player. Kindly Cheng stands erect, speaks directly to the camera. Mr. Bao, as everyone knows, you are a man of swift action. I respect that, and because of that respect, I will get right to the point. I know where your money is coming from. I know that you have friends working for straw sandals like myself. They have been siphoning funds from their organizations. I know about the noodle shop that you launder the money through. I have tasted their broth and found it wanting. The old woman becomes flinty hard. You have been stealing from the Yellow Lotus, glorifying yourself with revenue that we have earned. I have files to prove it. Bao's eyes widen as files begin to flit across the screens. Receipts, bank reports, personal communications between himself and his men. Kindly Cheng continues speaking, smooth and casual. Now, in light of our recent conflict, you might be wondering why I am keeping this information to myself. Why I haven't exposed you so you could be dragged from your lotus den by the balls and slowly roasted on a rotisserie spit. In truth, I respect your ambition. You have a lot to learn about candor and loyalty, but I believe you still have value. I am still willing to work with you. However, in order for that to happen, we need to come to an understanding about the nature of our partnership. Kindly Cheng steps forward, fills the screen. I own you, Bao. You and all of your men. You are my fucking playthings, dolls to twist and pose as I see fit. I am in this position because I am far better at this than you, and it's time that you learned it. Accept what I am telling you, and we can get back to business, prosper together. But if you continue your little rebellion, I will mail tiny pieces of you to your children and take their picture as they open the package. She produces one of her thin black cigars, lights it, holds the smoke a long time. You have 24 hours to return to the fold. If you aren't here licking my heels by then, the information will be released and you will become food for fish. Your choice, Bao. 24 hours. The message winks out. Strangler Bao turns away from the screen slowly. His skin is ashen. Get out. He pauses, casts his eyes to the floor. "And tell Mrs. Cheng to expect me at Swift Winds tomorrow." He stands up straight. "Tomorrow morning." "It was a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Bao. Go. Just go." "So, can we go now? Out this way? The easy way? Or do I have to really... That bothers me. That bothers me every time I see stuff like this where I can't interact with it. Because it makes me think I'm missing something. Oh, really? Come on, dude. Like, come on. And I'm disappointed that I don't have the code for the other door. Can we get that from here, maybe? Probably nothing else. Attempt to log in. Terminal's locked. Oh, yeah, there's nothing else in there, so, like... We're done. Get the fuck out of the way. There's, like, nothing down here. I mean, we already did all the side questing. So here we go. Wu holds up his hand for everyone to stop, turns to the two of you and hooks his thumb in his belt. "Well, that was a thing. Never thought I'd be shuttling messages between criminals in a Hong Kong syndicate. I can't imagine what Raymond would have wanted in the walled city. This place just feels wrong." "No kidding. There's something off about it." "This place makes you feel like your life has no value, like there's just no point to anything." He sighs and looks at your companion. "Great life you have here, runner." Isabel ignores the barb. She's too pleased. "Can't believe it. We actually delivered Auntie's message without anyone dying." "I've had enough of triads. Let's get out of this pit." "I'm with you, Gun Show. I don't need to see this place ever again." "Gun Show? Seriously?" Wu's goggles point down at Isabel. "That's not gonna stick, is it?" Return to Heoi. Heoi. It's hard to shake off the walled city. Its gravity clings to you as if wretchedness itself had grown tentacles. The sounds of suffering subside, but their echoes still thrum your insides. Isabel walks quickly, regularly checking over her shoulder as if expecting pursuit from the buildings themselves. She hugs her cyberdeck to her chest as if protecting a small child. Wu pauses a moment and breathes a sigh of relief when you finally reach the streets. But returning to Heoi isn't like coming home. Suspicious looks and closed mouths accent and smiling faces that billboard a universal message. You don't belong here. Time to report back to Kindly Cheng and inform her that the message has been delivered. Get this business over with. Get your sin burned. Get on to the next step, whatever that is. You leave the City of Darkness behind, heading to the Mahjong Parlor and a date with the crime lord. 6 karma. Should probably spend that at some point. What is this? A large X formed by peeling duct tape. I'm alone? I'm alone. Where are my friends? I thought I had some friends. Go. Oh, they're already here. Kindly Cheng. Kindly Cheng watches you closely as you walk across the Mahjong Parlor. As you approach, her lieutenant leans in, brings her mouth close to the Dryad boss's ear. Cheng smiles and nods, her eyes never leaving you. There's a twinkle in the straw sandal's eye. "I've heard from Bao. He got my message very clearly, and I understand that there were no casualties created during your little delivery run. I am pleased and surprised." Isabel did a great job of guiding us. Did she? Good to know. My message was delivered, and Strangler Bao is back in the fold, earning for me. As far as I'm concerned, our transaction is complete. While you were gone, I set the wheels in motion to wipe your identities. She pulls out her PDA, stabs a button with a lacquered fingernail. The order has been sent. Congratulations, you are now sinless. Shadow people. Wu exhales heavily. His eyes remain focused straight ahead, but his shoulders sag. Well, I guess that's done. Yeah, I guess so, but I'm not. Wu pulls himself up to his full height. Whoever gave the kill order on Carter also forced us to give up our identities, and took Raymond. Wu sets his jaw firm. That's all I can think about, finding out who did this. Finding Ray. Kindly Cheng holds up a hand. While I was working to get your sins burned, I also had my network look into Raymond Black's disappearance. I've been thinking about what you told me earlier, and I agree. She eyes the room carefully and leans in. I can't just let this lie. Someone killed my runners. It would be a sign of weakness to the Yellow Lotus and the others if I do nothing. She rests her PDA on the mahjong table facing you. The Dryad boss's tongue slips from her mouth as she looks over the top, hunting for the right button on its upside-down interface. She finds it and looks up at you again. I have news to share with you, my darlings, the kind you won't like. Raymond Black is dead. She taps the button and a recorded newscast appears on the screen. Raymond's photograph appears on the screen behind a reporter standing on the docks in Victoria Harbor. It's a picture you've seen before, a professional portrait taken for a press release about a youth center he was opening in the Redmond Barrens. Under Raymond's photo are the words, "Seattle man killed." Another shooting involving the police department. A Seattle community organizer and industrial engineer was apparently shot and killed while resisting arrest at Victoria Harbor last night. HKPF police report that the UCAS man, Raymond Black, was behaving erratically and would not respond to police orders to surrender. No additional information regarding Black or why he was traveling to Hong Kong are available. Police have stated that due to this shooting's proximity to last night's shootout with the White Star, the investigation must remain confidential and no other details are being revealed at this time. Kindly Cheng taps the button again and the video closes. Wu puts his hands to his face. This just keeps getting worse. You were right, Auntie. This was news I did not like. Raymond's dead. Wu puts his hand over his mouth, trying to process the information. He sways, and for a moment it looks as if he's going to pass out. Isabel reaches out to touch Wu, thinks better of it, and pulls back her hand. Sorry for your loss. I never had a father, so I don't know what it's like to lose one, but sorry. Raymond dies the same night we're ambushed? That's no coincidence. No fucking way. Kindly taps the video closed. She hunts around the keypad and selects another button. I'm afraid that's not all, my darlings. This is security footage from Victoria Harbor from last night. You'll find it contains a contradiction. The PDA shows silent, grainy video footage of Raymond sitting in a tea shop flanked by two guards. He's looking down at something in his hand, completely distracted. The footage continues, and the camera displays several black-clad figures entering its field of view from different angles, guns ready. A tall, sharply dressed man in a suit walks briskly towards Raymond, flanked by two more. Raymond stands to face him, and the camera gets a clear view of the suit's face, white plastic. His guards turn to draw weapons and muzzle flashes erupt from all sides. One of Raymond's guards goes down, and his submachine gun fires wildly, hitting the camera. Wu puts his hands on the table and leans in. Those weren't cops, and Raymond wasn't resisting arrest. What's with that guy's face? Gobbet reaches up to stroke the rat perched on her shoulder. Is that a mask? It doesn't look like a mask. It looks like some sort of semi-rigid plastic implant. Real craftsmanship. She pushes out her lower lip in appreciation. Quite the fashion accessory. It's also the kind of fashion accessory that stands out in a crowd. This guy's either a fool or an arrogant son of a bitch. He sets his jaw firm. Either way, I'm gonna find him. Kindly Cheng watches Wu intently. I believe you. Wu stands back and turns to you. What now? We find out who this plastic-faced man is, then we get some answers. With what resources? Cheng's eyes sparkle. I'm afraid there are some facts you are going to have to face. She puts on a grave face. You are alone in this country. No network, no money, no identity. I can protect you from the police, but how would you go about discovering what happened to Raymond without me? How would you survive? This is a topic that requires serious consideration. Kindly wipes her hand across the stack of tiles, spreading the ivory-colored pieces across the table. You've had a very long night, my sweets. Very long. And frankly, you all look like shit. Rest now. I promise you safety in my town for the night. We'll talk about the plastic-faced man tomorrow. Kindly gestures to Gobbet and Isabel. Ladies, go find our new friends a place to bed down in that rat's nest squat boat you call home. We'll all talk after you've slept, figure out our next steps together. Yes, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Can I ask you a question, Auntie? No questions, my darling. Sleep. I'll figure out what to do with you in the morning. Let's go, Bruce. I'm beat to hell. And away we go. Come on. Come on. So where's everybody? Oh. Well, the yellow arrow probably tells me where I'm going. Ah, it's over here. Oh, goody. We get to go to what was this place? The Bolt Hole. You two can bunk here for a while. She nods with her nose towards a hatch. The head's over there for you to take care of your necessaries. It may look communal, but try to knock before you enter. Seriously. I know the drill. Wu turns to you. Stinks of fish. Hey! Just like that place we squatted at on Leary Avenue back when we were kids. The one with that Atzlan family and their dog. You hated that dog. He kept digging out my food stash. No matter where I hid it, he'd find it and scarf down a week's worth of grub. He wipes his nose with a gloved hand. Still, it was sad what happened to him, and the family. No one should go out that way. He stretches and his spine pops like a handful of firecrackers. I think I've been up for something like 36 hours straight. He drops his arms. This has been one shit stain of a day. Time to end it. The orc turns to you, raises an eyebrow. Anything you need before I leave you to it? Is there a place for my stuff? Yeah, check the locker over there. You can stash your stuff in it. No one will touch your things in there, and it's a lot bigger than it looks. How'd you get your hands on this place? How do people like us get our hands on anything? We found it. It's a pretty big thing to just find. You found it empty? He sweeps his eyes across the cabin. The doubt is plain on his face. Somebody abandoned a prime piece of real estate like this? She shrugs. Close enough. It was full of BTL junkies when we came across it. They were completely wigged out on some multiplayer cyber game. I'm not sure they ever chipped out of it. They were completely emaciated, stewing in piles of their own shit. Their eyes had sunk into their skulls. Pretty gruesome stuff. They racked up a killer score, though. True, they had the moves. Should have hung an IV while they were playing, though. Turns out nutrition is important. So what happened? Did they die? She shrugs. Nightjar ran them out. Not sure what happened to them after that. Anyway, it's ours now. Auntie Cheng says so. All but the engine room, you mean? Right, everything but that. Auntie rented it out from under us. That must have pissed you off. She shrugs. Whatever. We weren't using it. As long as our downstairs neighbor keeps to himself, he can have the lower level, especially if it keeps Auntie Cheng happy. Is it just you and Isabel living here? Yeah. Gobbet's mouth screws up a bit. Now that Nightjar and Gutshot are gone, it's just us. The squeal of metal grinding on metal rips through the boat. It sounds like it's coming from the level below. And the creepy Russian guy renting the engine room downstairs. Nothing to worry about. He mostly keeps to himself. She checks her PDA. He'll stop soon. He's usually quiet by now. Think I'm gonna grab some sack time, too. Good. You look like you could use it. We'll go see Kindly in the morning. Figure out our next move. Okay, well, I don't think I have anything at all to stash. Let's follow them. What is that? Stash, yeah. I've got nothing worth stashing, unfortunately. I need to find out how to get myself more of these spells, because I've unlocked 3, but don't have anything, so... I didn't see a magic vendor. What did that just say? Stairs. Let's talk to Duncan first. Hey, Bruce, I got some things I gotta take care of here. Let's talk later. Alright, I get you, big boy. Close the door, though. Stairs. Fancy. Hollow table, huh? Isabel, come back later, Monk. I'm busy. Well, fine. Apparently I'm meant to sleep and not talk to people. Holy shit! The music, yeah, don't do that. Hey, Seattle. I'm not really in the mood to hang out right now. Heavy stuff going down, you know? It'll be fine, but for the time being, I'd rather be alone. We'll talk later, though. Go down the... There we go. Yeah, the transitional music change is kind of unnerving. Just a little bit. Sleep! Fun fact, the cutscene volume is not the same as the game volume. Ow. The dream is suffocating, the shifting tunnel of glass and steel, the towering silhouette of dark majesty, the shadowy doorway, and the teeth. They snap at your heels as you claw your way back to consciousness. You open your eyes to Duncan looming over you. He shakes your shoulder roughly. Bruce, come on, Bruce, wake up. We gotta go talk to Kindly. The others already left. That was one rough night. He lets go of your shoulder, cocks a thumb at the hatch. We gotta go. I've been trying to wake you for a while now. You were thrashing around in your sleep. Thanks. Let's get going. We don't want to keep a mob boss waiting. My thinking too. I'm good to go. From the expression on his face, he doesn't look good to go. You look kinda raw. Wu shrugs. Didn't sleep well. Bad dream. Me too. Guess so. I'm not surprised we both had nightmares, though. He stretches his shoulders. Nothing's gone right since we stepped foot in this country. Think about it. That statement from the cops on the newscast could be fake. Ours was. And that surveillance footage? We never saw Raymond get shot. The camera was hit by stray gunfire. His passion is intense, but contained, focused. Raymond's alive, Bruce. I know it. So what do you want to do now? I don't know. Wait for a lead to turn up, I guess. He smiles. His teeth are white and straight and perfect. I'm just the muscle, remember? You're the brains of this outfit, just like when we were kids. God, I feel like I'm 12 years old again, squatting on a stinking trawler. My partner's gone, Raymond's gone. Hell, I'm gone. I don't even have a name anymore. And now I can't even go to sleep and hide from it all without having a nightmare. His jaw tightens and his teeth grind so loud you can hear it. What else is going to be taken away from me? You still have that piercing you got in Tacoma? I had to drop that. Hygiene issues. Wu struggles to smile. He fails. What the hell did we fall into here, Bruce? I mean, what's coming next? I don't know, but whatever it is, we'll deal. He drops his hands to his hips and takes a couple of deep breaths. That's right, that's right. It's like Ray always said. Life is improvisation. Yeah, he chuckles finally. Raymond liked to talk in bumper stickers. Wu drifts off for a moment, the curl of a smile surrounding his tusks. Then his head dips a bit and the smile fades. He draws a ragged breath. Whatever. He checks his watch. Gobbett and Isabel left a while ago. We should get going too. See what that triad lady has to say. Right. Well, that's an interesting spot to end it on. We'll go talk to the dragon lady next time.